And we begin. Obsidian Blade, Sword Fruit, grab that foe. I wonder if it is pronounced foe, if it's pronounced something else. Alright, so our strategy remains the same. We just do our 3 grinds and then we move on. Two, 6. Cast all the spells. Swap to Umu. 1, 2. Should almost always guarantee kill, though I may not guarantee an MP. Bird. Ooh, actually, I wonder if my summer fit would be good for this. Because the summer fit now gives 20% gauge, so it's like much better now. That's a possibility. Could be very good. There we go. And another no down. Alright. No? Okay, everything's working correctly today? Good. Artoria should, or Castoria should be getting close to max bond soon. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crush them. Boom. So we're gonna have to use the damage stairwell here to ensure we actually clear the node. Let's do 1, 2, and we don't care about the rest. We can do it the other way. But it should pretty much always die. We basically have a, what, 3 out of 5 chance of, like, guaranteed kill. Oh, no, never mind. It's always a 100% chance. So even the quick card just being a crit guarantees a kill. Then one more run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3.
過分を捨て重さを捨て早きを捨ててめえをして活目しやがれ剣の鼓動ここにあり。
Now we swap to this. Now, I don't recall if it's a guaranteed kill with Buster. I want to say it is. Oh, we're about to find out in real time. If I get punished, I get punished. Oh, there we go. I'm just doing 1, 2, get this. And then we always guarantee a kill here. Maybe when Monster Constantly will display their products. One day. One day. Alright, let's make some progress. Dun, 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 dun. So what is happening now? When did their will first come to how long has their environment existed? Possible a dragon with their chin may have been able to see it. Since old dragons can forget most things, dismissing them as irrelevant, they probably wouldn't remember if they had. They are invisible, humans cannot see them. Humans may sense their presence in their day, they can never truly know about them. Their wish was clear to see, so much so that the humans of the time drew it on cave walls out of sheer terror. Don't want. They did not come from this planet. They had no idea what they were or where they did come from. Truly, they have given those questions deep thoughts, but they couldn't care less about themselves. All they cared about was the planet stretched out beneath them and the creatures that lived on that big island. We don't want to disappear. And so they chanted this wish day in and day out until their voice could speak no more. So is Chloe still a kaiju? Alright. Let's get this third Calamity Countermeasure conference started. Alright. We all figured it, Chloe. I really hope you're wrong about that. I can understand how hard it must be to see someone like Chloe's practically the same person turn into a giant rip-aging monster. It's okay, I'm sure things work out somehow. Oh no. The fact is, we've been taking advantage of Chloe's kindness. No matter how superhuman a servant may be, everyone has a limit. It's time we began dividing responsibilities for each club amongst ourselves. We can lighten Chloe's load. The real problem is what comes afterwards. We were truly fortunate for this last year, but for its intervention, we would probably all be dead by now. After all, we cannot very well bring our sacred swords to bear against an innocent young girl, can we? But she stopped around Diamond Head? They said she's sleeping around, probably worn out from all that commotion. She's been working too much. Ending the books for 6 clubs at once? Pure insanity. That we failed to notice the warning sign she was giving reflects poorly on us all. We may not be physically tired thanks to the internet's ability to let artists and editors collaborate remotely, but the mental fatigue takes an unimaginably heavy toll. In particular, you there, delinquent alter trying to hide. Confess your sins and make your accusations. I wasn't hiding, I was just slouching. Alright, I wasn't great with my editors, so I don't know anything about damaging their psyches or whatever. But if I had to guess, it's probably things like worrying about when the artist who's supposed to be their partner will finally finish the damn draft they promised to. Assisting the artist directly by inking the rough draft himself to help them get it over the finish line. Only for the artist to decide to make the last minute changes to the plot, making a completely different rough draft and going with that instead. Oh no. Digging a character's depiction for being insensitive to the representative, only for the artist to barrel ahead with it, claiming freedom of expression. Resulting in exactly the backlash everyone expected, the unsurprising result of their boss raking them over the coals and making them a scapegoat by forcing them to apologize. Holy shit. And then having the artist as icing on that cake complain that the editor should have caught before publication, conveniently dodging any blame that might be laid at their feet. Osaka Mihime, whoa! Wait. So we're just straight up saying Osaka Mihime is a racist. Got it. I hear you, experts almost... So sorry, Chloe. Oh, man. She just said she wouldn't accept any apologies and squish Blackbeard flat as a pancake. Besides, there's a bunch of weirdos that have been gathering around Diamond Head since this morning. What's with them anyway? They've all got this crazy look in their eyes. Apparently, a cult has sprung up worshipping Chloe as their god. They call themselves... what? According to them, Lady Chloe will awaken on day 5 and unleash hell upon artists who have yet to finish their drafts. I even heard they have their own Beast God shrine made similar to Balbon Sith's Miko Sare. Okay. Oh, how this saddens me. Alright. Chloe's the third color. I really don't want it, but how could she not be? I mean, did you see her? Is the plot twist going to be she's not a calamity? So given her current size and compared to data for all the time she's... I'd say there's a strong chance she wakes up in 3 days' time just as angry. Just like this cult is predicting. So we need to find a means of returning Lady Chloe to her old self before then. Currently, we have no leads at all, I swear. Oh, where the heck were you at? How did you overhear the whole thing? I can't just do nothing while Chloe needs help either. She's an exceptional editor and she deserves our support. Plus, I may have played a small part by asking her to manage my own doujin as well. What? And so, by virtue of who I am, I know the method we can use to get those spirits out of her. That method is... finish our books and make an offering to her. So we can, like, use her own dedication against her? Well, that should only make this plan more effective. However stubborn she might be about ignoring artists she's got now, she'll have to read any books offered to her. Alright. There's one book that'll be absolutely essential. When you get right down to it, it's my fault Chloe turned into an editing monster. I really will finish my draft even if I only have 3 days. Even if I only have 3 days, I swear I'll get it done. I wonder if it's really me who's the heartless... Wait. the certainty I needed to speak up at the beginning as I should have. No more. My capacity as the Knight of the Round Table. No, simply as one of the congoers who has enjoyed Sternfest, I must share my opinion. Okay. Hey, you don't even have to place higher than me. All I said was that I'd approve your alliance as long as you got enough votes. Really? It's Blackbeard who brought up winning. I see, that does sound like a misconception he would make, and then we all followed his lead. Yikes. Oh no. Knocking on death. Oh man. Say what you gotta say. Alright, once again from the top. We began creating works in the Altria genre to defeat the Normalization Committee. That is all well and good. Indeed, we now have some wonderful books celebrating our king as a result. But that is not what Certain is about, or at least that is not what the last Certain was about. We cannot let ourselves be constrained by genre. The act of creation, no, of doing what is right is inherently fierce. Those who walk that path should adhere openly and proudly to their beliefs, never hiding who they are. Even if that goes against the very regulations our king decided on. Oh. There you go, that's my boy. Tell them to shove their censorship up their rears. And so others say the books we offer to close should not be bound to a single genre. They should flow from the passion unique to each club, singular gems of creativity no other group could create regardless of genre. Alright. Putting aside his own questionable conduct for the time being, now is the time for the Anti-Sternfest Alliance to create the books only they can. The Altria-only genre restriction has been... I repeat, the Altria-only genre restriction has been lifted. Oh, man. Are you okay with this? You know this means all out war, right? Okay. Fine, as the Normalization Committee's on-site representative, I accept this new declaration. But know that any of the work your club turned in is half-assed, I'll have the members arrested and sent to a re-education facility. Alright. There we go. By the way, Ultra, are you hiding something? What about you? Are you sure there's nothing you're keeping to yourself? You still haven't told everyone how you really feel, right? I see. Okay, then how about we both come clean after we've helped Chloe get back to normal? Meantime, let's forget that we still haven't solved so much as a single mystery and go help the clubs with their books. Oh! Start creating new books. Okay, okay. Let's see, so that's there. Well, I know what we're doing. How about by progressing through the story? My Revolution 1. Well, see, now that's confusing because we chose Mordred because she was a saber. Well, a sort of saber face. But does it matter anymore? We were just discussing what we're going to do for our second doujin. All the way, then, does that mean, as Lancelot said, we need to see our aspirations through? We're very happy with our first book turned out. In fact, I believe we were able to exhibit Mordred's dazzling, beautiful good looks to the fullest extent. But I still have regrets that I wasn't able to share Count Vlad's valiant figure with the rest of the world. I'm not going to live with those regrets any longer, which means, for our second doujin, Chloe of the Years will officially be making a Count Vlad book. Nice. You'll be done with it fairly soon, too, since you were in the middle of making your Count Vlad book before you had to put it down. I'm afraid it's not that simple. What happened? Morad taught us all sorts of things for the first book. We couldn't have finished it without him. And now we understand Dojin way better than we did before. Okay. Did he leave? So you're saying you think we might be able to remake our original book idea into something even better? So I told my friend that teaming up would probably make things better. So you want to make a book that focuses on Moat and Cloud Vlad? Okay. To make all together now a Vlad and Mordred collaboration photo book. Okay, I'm about it. They're both Apocrypha stars. Take a star that you love, a star that you love. You're doing a musical now? Put them together, and they're sure to shine even brighter. I love it. They're having fun with it. Applauding enthusiastically. Alright, this plan makes us happy enough to break out into song. It does sound like, but then in that case, you're going to need Moriarty's help again. That's the problem, right? We're not going to call him Moriarty for a second. What? No, nothing like. If anything, he has every right to be angry at me after all the trouble I put him through. Really, we wouldn't have started this club at all if he hadn't approached us. Wait, then what's the problem? It's going to be summer soon, right? And summer means Servant season. Which also means cosplay season is almost here. I wonder if there will be anyone dressed in a bridal gown. I mean, there will be. What I love about cosplay is the act of taking a previously fictional outfit and making it a reality with your own. It's like wearing a dream. Crane is actually pretty funny. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? We'll have to go to Servantfest together when the big day rolls around. I just wish we could have joined a club. But there doesn't seem to be a place for tailors at a Dojin festival. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. I think I may be able to help. What would you say if I told you I could get you both into Servantfest as more than attendees? You want to make your own cosplay? Sure, we could do that. How's a wedding dress that? I'd be more than happy to make you one of those. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the two of you forming a club and making your own book. If there are anything to do as long as you're good at it, for example, you make a book full of original outfit designs. I never thought of that. But of course, designs alone would have rather limited appeal, so you'd want something to make your book stand out from the crowd. What do you think, Crown? Sounds like fun to me. I'm glad to hear that. Then let me ask you this. Will you team up with me and make a Dojin together? I'd be glad to. Wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. What? I'm just surprised you didn't ask me what I'm up to. Most people would be immediately suspicious of someone inviting to make a new Dojin club out of nowhere. Like, what kind of scam are you trying to pull? Or something along those lines. I'd be suspicious. You didn't say anything shady here. That's the problem. If you demand a fee, you're still offering a way to help us get into Servantfest. That's cause for gratitude in my book, not suspicion. Oh, man. Well, the truth is, I have no malicious ulterior motive. I really wanted to try my hand at running a small operation. At any rate, thank you for accepting. I look forward to working together. Nah, something doesn't seem right. But I still don't know what their problem is. It's all been so much fun, like a dream come to life. I never would have thought I would be a part of that dream. Well, one truly never knows what fate has in store. Why did you join Cloudier's? Miss Crane paid me a visit. She told me. Oh, now we're getting his backstory. You're the hottest servant I stand this summer. What the fuck? From there, she proceeded to speak in a mixture of English, French, and a strange squawking sound that may or may not have been words. It was the most entertaining sight. I love how he's just chill about it. He's like, yeah, it was a little stupid, but it was funny. At any rate, the point I ultimately took away was that I was at the top of Miss Crane's list. What list? It's a list of all the ideas for outfits I came up with after seeing various people. Before I knew it, I had grown to the size of a small book. I think that might already be a dojo in its own right. This section here is about a list of all the servants I stand the most who had no plans for Servant Fest. And Count Vlad was at the very top. She was quite persuasive. Following her good Taylor's request is in line with noblesse oblige. I'm glad I did so. It was clearly the right choice. Alright. But yes, as I was saying, I would never have made a club with Happy Cat and invited Cloud Vlad to join if it hadn't been for Moriarty giving me this opportunity. The problem is I let myself get too reliant on him. I can't imagine the kind of physical and mental anguish we must have put him through over the course of our first book. So I figured he deserved to rest. It was all our idea to do a second one. So that's what we're going to try making... Wait, no. Oh, this is so exciting. Please take care of yourselves. Moss P. Do you think Claudia is going to be okay? That's true. Miss Crane and Habichar would be extreme. They're still on a very tight schedule. Although he hasn't left his hotel room since they finished their first book. Uh-oh. No! What happened to my boy? Fuck the rest of the story. I'm invested in this now. Oh, I have more than enough mats. Rainbow. Oh, okay. Well, we'll speed grind out Mordred's, but let's at first kind of see the other story, then we'll go grind out Mordred's story. Oh, Shang Shui. Ah, another dojo. To be clear, he's not opposed to our proposed direction. He just said he doesn't care what we do as long as it helps the fields of medicine. So what did you have in mind? The first dojo we started to make a book that would promote the importance of healthy living. I believe it made a meaningful difference in getting people to take better care of their health. But aside from that, how can I put this? Well, we thought we might want to use this opportunity to make our next manga more of a fable of sorts. Something a little off the beaten path that would get readers to think more fondly about their health and medical care. And that would get them to trust doctors even more than they hopefully already do. That was the idea for our next book we ultimately decided on. So you want to tell a fictional story then? Our goal is to showcase the greatness of medicine and the latest medical techniques through realistic fiction, and encourage patients to feel more comfortable about relying on doctors by bringing them in a heroic light. So, Dr. House was an asshole. Or well, I'm about to say, you know what's weird? I'm trying to think. There's gotta be, a doctor anime where the doctor isn't, absolutely batshit crazy. We're going to call it Super Dr. A. No. Scratching that. However, at present, that is the only thing we've agreed upon. It turns out there's much more to making manga than we originally thought. We see now that it takes more than well-drawn art to make a good one. The storytelling aspect in particular is much more difficult than it looks, and we can't seem to make even a rough draft that we're happy with. So I thought we would ask you for your help, Master. Now that we would be happy with just advice on how to put a story together. Is there anything like that you can tell us? I think I have to go with observe and research him as much as possible. But you're all in the same club, right? Do you really need to observe him? Because we're all so used to his particular foibles at this point. True, a leader does need to keep some distance if they're going to maintain their charisma. The trick is to leave some room for the imagination to fill in the gaps. Constant close proximity isn't necessarily a good thing. As luck would have it, Clepius is currently the only one of us on his own at the moment. I believe he's out on one of his usual rare symptom hunts, or rather one of his freewheeling house calls where he doesn't care who he treats. Oh no, we shouldn't be interfering with Dr. Clepius' work. Health skills are very important. You think we should be helping him, not just observing him? I don't mean to get in his way. We'll help out if the situation calls for it. Besides, he should be upset with us if we did anything less than helpful. So even though we're going to research him, I think we'll have to do so by observing him and gathering information from a distance. There's definitely a chance we'll find a hint for what to do with his story by observing him in a different light. Okay. I mean, it's okay, but I think this is kind of silly. It's like, y'all don't know what he does? Really? Like, none of y'all pay that, like, any attention to him? Like, really? Like, to me, it's a little silly, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Ball. Energy drink, curry, steak, all good stuff. Oh, Pog. I see. Then they're doomed to fail. Ooh. I didn't even run the numbers to tell you with certainty that they will not finish their second book. And here I really thought Miss Crane would be different. How so? It's a common mistake among creators. Let me to elaborate. People tend to think they can perform at their peak whenever they like as long as they put their mind to it. I once rode 50 kilometers an hour, so I could run 30 in 2 hours and 360 in a day. Do those calculations make sense to you? Of course they do. The numbers add up in everything. No, they do not. Sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but they do not. There is simply no way a runner could maintain their top speed for 24 consecutive hours. It's an obvious common sense truth, and yet many people forget it when it comes to different fields. They tend to think they can do something all at once as long as they put their mind to it. Perhaps you're familiar with that mindset yourself. My summer vacation homework comes to mind. An answer to that comes from experience. You're mostly correct. What people truly need is the space to make steady progress every day. To believe one can complete the whole project in the last 3 days is to set oneself up for disaster. And art makes things even trickier, since artists actually want to believe themselves capable of rising to the challenge. It's a real problem. Those sort of toxic delusions eat away at not only yourself, but also those around. Wait, wanting to believe themselves capable of rising to the challenge goes a lot deeper than I was expecting. Oh, man. You felt that one too, huh? I remember some sort of Chaldea staff said something similar when they were facing a small mountain of paperwork. Oh, stop that. I'm not trying to wound up any... I'm just going the way things are. The point is, people are foolish creatures who will jump right into reckless plans without considering their feasibility. So, you think Miss Crane is like that too? She really doesn't seem like it to me. I did think she was an exception. I know she is wise enough to know when something simply isn't possible. Especially as her own painful reason for doing so, but never mind that now. Anyway, she's still going through with this. Why? No, I don't understand. The more I think about it, the less sense it makes, and you said Vlad's sticking around too. He was very eager to participate? That makes no sense either. He may be a berserker with madness in him, but he still has a good head on his shoulders. So I can't understand why he would be so quick to lend his aid to a plan doomed to failure. This is starting to really bother me. Is there something I'm overlooking? Fine, if you'll remove this bone stuck in my craw, then this is what I will do. I'm going to check in on them and find out their reasons for doing this. And if I don't find them to be valid, I'll stop them, even if it means using my noble phantasm. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not crash the stock market now. Let's not do that. We don't have to be hasty. Hello. Are you doing... Please have a seat. Let me get you some tea. No, wait. On second thought, I'll make it an extra nourishing herbal medicine drink. So what's the current status? We were just discussing props. Props? I thought we would need something besides close to something we were going for. Something big, loud, and super flashy? It'd be more fun to wield something other than a sword? I'll make some revisions to the design. You'll never finish in time if that's how you're working. You're obviously bitten off more than you can chew. Ooh. It would be interesting to try new ideas out whenever we come up with them. Why are you doing this, Miss Gray? You never once failed to deliver on a tailoring job until now. Oh, so what are you doing now? How can you possibly expect to finish your second book on time like this? Failure is all but inevitable the way you're going. Do you not understand that? Aw. Ooh. You're going to forfeit after coming all this way? Then there's even less point in continuing this project. It's even a matter of the sunk cost fallacy. What in the world is going on here? Let me ask you a question of my own, Moriarty. Where exactly is the failure? Ooh. A failure to govern well can damage one's country and cause one to lose respect in the eyes of one's citizens and supporters. But this is Servantfest, an impossible fleeting dream. A brief summertime romp that will be over as quickly as it began. And who in their right mind would define such things as successes or failures? But if you can't finish your dungeon, that's a clear failure, isn't it? Are you saying that none of this matters because it's all just fun and games? Because so I would frankly hold you all in contempt. Indeed, we are having a great deal of fun right now. We are selling clothes and wearing outfits for no other reason that we want to. That's a wonderful feeling. This is perhaps one of the greatest luxuries I have ever experienced. In person, I believe the enjoyment found in the creative process to be the greatest treasure here. Don't get me wrong, I ain't all happy-go-lucky about it like old man Vlad here. I definitely want to get this book finished, but there's no way in hell I'm compromising. We're going to do everything we want to do with this book. No regrets, no excuses. What will we do if we fail? Just try again some other day. Not like this is the only shot we're ever going to get. And I believe you and I are largely in agreement. You too value the journey more than the destination. Moriarty. Yes. I am this club's former representative. As such, I feel I have a duty to stand by my fellow club members through thick and thin. If it will help them finish a book they are completely satisfied with and enjoy circumstances to the fullest, then I'm prepared to follow their fun and passions wherever they lead. I've heard what you have to say, and I still don't understand. I understand the importance of having fun and keeping everyone motivated, to be sure. However, I don't see how you can strive to finish your dojo without fear of failing to complete it. I can't understand your logic no matter how hard I try. Where's the fun in failing to produce results? I think Mordred might have already mentioned the answer earlier. No regrets, no excuses. Do it all, that's nonsense. There comes a point in Gen where you need to give up on some aspects and find it. Oh. In this case, maybe there is no need to do that. Oh, he figured it out. Because they want to. There's no obligation for them to accomplish anything. We are all prisoners of our regrets to some degree. We lived our lives hoping to fulfill our dreams, died knowing they would never bear fruit. But here, we have a chance to challenge ourselves without reservations. So why not take advantage of it like we do now? So we were each seeking different answers from the start. We should have been more forthcoming about our feelings. And there's no need to apologize. In fact, this has been a great opportunity to oh, there we go. Now then. May have failed spectacularly, but that doesn't mean I must allow that failure to stand in perpetuity. A famous man once said, such slips are common to all mortals, and the greatest is he who can recognize and repair them. You know that the famous man who said that was Holmes? Believe me, I detest quoting him, but when he's right, he's right. My failure was forgetting to enjoy myself, but now I'm ready to try again. Alright. I hope you're happy to see me schedule list ones, because I'm going to aid you once again. Whatever we need to do to complete the book, I'll find a way to get it done. Creator's passion, run hot and chaotic by nature. So by taking that chaos into account and dealing with you, I can come closer to perfection than ever before. Therefore, the scene should change. With a different approach. Come, you inscrutable creators. I'm going to enjoy myself and understand where you're coming from, even if it kills me. And from there, I will find a way to harness your enthusiasm and lead you to your goal, or my name isn't James Moriarty. Yes! That's my boy. Math teacher. Da-da. Da-da-da. I have more than enough mats to go through for a while. Running out soon. Oh, we'll be alright. Level 10. My Revolution 3. Dun, 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 dun. Wait. Why are the lost but one enemies here? Okay. Wait, what? Oh, man. Up, she's about to have a heart attack. Up, she died. Somebody feels, I don't think I can take this. This is just the rehearsal. What's going to happen to me when we get to the real thing? Well, long story short, you'll die. Hooray! I knew it! You just have one of your usual fits. Oh, man. Have you ever worked as a model before? You have not, correct? And how do you expect to suddenly start making the kind of... That's why we're having you play pretend to help you get into character and make the expressions we need. Between being the knight of treachery and wicked prince, like you were born for the war. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Aww. It can talk? I made a costume from some leftover material. If we're going to make a photo collection with real depth, we need to draw out the full potential of all the story aspect. Here, this is the plan I threw together. I wrote it in about an hour, so more ideas sketched in brief. Okay. Let's see. The photo collection will be titled Ever Dark Battlefront of Endless Night. Its theme will be stylish occult gunplay. Humans and demons battle for supremacy in a fictional future London shrouded in endless night. Or is your child of destiny born to a human and demon parents? The story's main appeal will be in two protagonists overcoming their differences, coming together to defeat the true villain. Now, we better get to work. No, wait, that's the opposite of what we need. Give it to the chaos, Miss Crane. What about our support staff? Have they arrived yet? Okay. And this is the demon team. Alright. Okay. Prepare to die, humans. Just wait until the real show begins? We'll have consistency out the wazoo once we put on the costume Miss Crane made for us? Okay. Has been paid off in the unexpected fashion. Anyway, it seems all the main actors have arrived now. Would you address the extras? There's going to be people besides Vlad and Mordred taking part? I thought we would handle the shoot as though if it were a true reenactment. For example, reenactment of the Battle of Austerlitz from the 19th century can be done for amusement or by research to get a better perspective on how the events played out. Of course, in our case, we'll be reenacting an entirely fictional battle, so perhaps more akin to a LARP. But let's set aside definitions for now. When it out a call to people with time to spare and ask to take part in this reenactment as extras. Okay. You guys should all get in on this too. We've got way more costume than we know what to do with anyway, thanks to Crane and Happy Cat. Don't worry, we can at least treat you to lunch for your trouble. And then Miss Crane's like, nah, you ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Scenes 5A, 8, and 12C all in one go. Of course, the photo layout's polished too, sufficing there's still a long road ahead. Not to mention, I expect Mordred to get another harebrained idea any moment now. I'm not about to merely march my own beat, I'm going to dance to it too. Why? Because I'm James freaking Moriarty. Oh, I love him. Fantastic. Oh, we have to use somebody. We can love like a Moriarty strategy. I don't think what I want to run here. Fine. Oh, we gotta dumb it down. We'll do something like this, I guess. It'll be fine. Oh. Wait, what? I have arch resist? Why? Now I'm angry about it. Alright. What? Ooh. I have no idea how much resistance they're gonna get. Boom. Okay, cool. And is this the quick comp? Actually, that needs to die first. Or we can hope we'll Camelot all over them.
ホープビル・カメロット。雨のように風のように竜の鼓動。
Boom!
顔を上げなさい。
これから興味深い。
One,
と
two,
理
three.
解できるね。穴だらけだ。
Oh, that did no damage. Oh, they still didn't die.
死んで。
It's alright, I have a solution to this problem.
じいほほ
Goodbye.
正義も悪も全ては世界の機能不全。マセマチカルマリグナントアナイアレイト。
Goodbye.
虫けら。
Be crushed by gold, you maggots. Why is Moriarty so cool? Ooh. Vlad the Slayer and Demon Prince Mordred.
オダクの伝承とて。
We probably need to kill the Berserker first.
いいでしょう。
理解。
今一度救済の技を。最果ての幼いあなたへ。あなた
No.
を信じて、あなたを見上げて、今も私は走っています。胸に宿る星の風は。
Oh.
ホープビル・カメロット。
He's dead.
穴だらけだ。
空よ。黙れ。くたばりやがれ。熱を帯びなさい。マルミアドワーズ。 待ちわびていました。的確か待ちわびていました。ミストルト。
Oh.
雨のように風のように竜の鼓動。
Boom.
いい結末だと思わないかね。
Oh, we finished with one of the clubs. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. But as long as we managed to complete our second ever dojo. Ooh, that's sick. I'm telling you, this is nothing if not a miracle. But the one who contributed the most is... Hey, is he... I can't say I'm surprised. He's been working like a man possessed. I can count the Hatsi Award during is truly a great accomplishment. Thank you, Moriarty. I hope I can die looking that content. I'm not dead. My back. There's something wrong with my back. Get out of here. You took the fragments of our respective dreams and wove them together into a single tapestry. I can't thank you enough. I'm so sorry for all the hardships we put on you. You can say that again. I've never had my perfect calculations go so horribly awry. But my biggest blunder was how deeply involved I got. I only invited you all to form the scope as an experiment, but soon I became a full-fledged member myself. I swear there's no one more troublesome to deal with than a creator. Your smile was just so wonderfully bright and happy, that's all? Well, I guess that's alright. If you're supposed to smile and enjoy yourself at summer festivals, you know. Hello, Oscar. Welcome back. Okay. Oh, that's so good. I love how that looks. Everdark Eternal Frontline. That looks so cool. It's a good looking design. I love Mordred's outfit in that too. Honestly, Vlad's fit is pretty sick too. See, I'd like to comment on the other people's, but it's kind of hard to see it. How's it going? It's going all right. Just another day. It's middle of summer. It's super hot outside where I live because Texas summer is no joke. But other than that, everything's going pretty smooth and pretty chill right now. Honestly, I've been enjoying this summer event for Fate, so I've been pretty chill. And honestly, all my gotchas have been pretty fun during the summer. Ooh. Magical Editing Nonos Chloe. There we go. Admittedly, I'm a little bit lower energy today than usual just because, like, I've had, I wouldn't say a long week, but it's been a very tiring week. But I think that's more just summer being summer, honestly. We had our 40 degrees Celsius days as well. Currently managed with some rain tomorrow. I'm going to travel to Berlin. Nice. Yeah, it's been like, I know when I got into my car yesterday, it was like 114 degrees Fahrenheit. So what is that in Celsius? Fahrenheit to Celsius. Hold on. 114. So yeah, 45 degrees Celsius. It was to say it was miserable would be an understatement. Oh man. Eventually I need to do some traveling, but I may have to wait a couple years into the future to getting into a sun heated car is miserable. It is. And again, Texas, so we like everywhere we drive, and to say that, and like, if your car is sitting out under the Texas sun all day, it's hot. It's horrible. It's so bad. I used to not mind summer when I was younger, but I've just begun to hate it a lot more as I've gotten older. But I also think it's partly because summer has just been getting hotter and hotter each year. Like 100-degree weather is not nice. But when you start getting 110 plus degrees Fahrenheit, like, come on now. And then I can't imagine living in a country that doesn't have air conditioning and dealing with this. Like, they tell us here in Texas, like, oh no, don't run your air conditioner. Try to run it as little as possible to not put a strain on the electrical grid. I'm like, no. I'm sorry, y'all can go to hell. I am running my air conditioning. It's a good thing you're such a master. Wait, what is going on here? I have Chris look exactly like any other local fisherman. What? Let's be fair, we don't have air conditioning. That's what I was thinking. I remember you mentioned that before. And I'm just like, nah, I couldn't, man. Nah, I could not. Either that or I would have to like have industrial fans in like every room of the house. But our houses are also built differently. Aren't y'all's houses much older too? Because like, let me put it this way. Like, if you live in most places in Texas, honestly, like, if it's not a house that you've owned for generations, honestly, your house probably isn't realistically that old. Like, I'm trying to think, even, yeah, my house is like 250 years old. Yeah, no. I don't think I've ever been in a house that was, well, let me think. So, there may have been one house that I lived in that was maybe older than 50 years old. But I don't think I've ever been in a house that was like anywhere close to like 100. And like even most of the houses I've been in are usually only about 20 to 30 years. Pragmatically speaking. Well, to be fair, it's not that common anymore in my area as well. Because, you know, war bombings. Ah, that would make sense. But I still think it's, like, interesting that, like, I guess I find it interesting, right? Because, like, I think the context of, like, a historical building, right, probably has a different connotation in Europe than it does in, like, America, right? Because, like, we don't have, like, our country isn't realistically that old. And so, like, we don't have a lot of, like, old stuff, right? So, realistically, like, we have very few remnants of anything that is, like that interestingly old. It's just something that I think is just interesting. And, like, the fact that, like, yeah, I've been in buildings that are, like, thousands plus years old. Yeah, like, to me, that's crazy. Like, because, again, there's no way for an American building to be anywhere close to that old, right? Like, it would be, like, literally impossible. Oh, hold on, yeah. 1,000 years? Yeah, because it would have to be, like, year 1,000? Yeah, no, impossible. I was, like, making sure I wasn't losing my mind. Wait, what? What is going on here? Yeah, other powers. Let's let Tristan are both running the hospital right now. I finally finished my book and now I can't even give it to Chloe. So I guess just being tan isn't enough. I mean, even as more son to me, you heard what they did to him. So you can't get in just be. Honestly, it's not even a biggie, to be honest. But I guess if you've never been to an old castle, it's probably kind of cool. To me, I think that's what it is more than anything, right? Because it's like it would be more of the novelty of the experience, right? It's like ultimately, it's probably not the biggest deal, but like you have to recognize like I couldn't even have that sort of experience in America in any real meaningful way. Whereas I think to most Europeans, because y'all still have things that are older, like to y'all, it's like, oh, I could easily go visit something like that. And you visit it maybe once or twice, and you're like, oh, that's just kind of neat. It's kind of cool. But like in America, we can't even we don't even have that opportunity, so to speak. So it's just it's a, and recently as I've gotten older, I appreciate history more. So I think in like my mind, it's like, oh, the opportunity to see something that old and to still see it standing and like maybe get a little bit more historical knowledge that I didn't have would be kind of like a neat experience. But that's just my thoughts. It's nothing crazy. I don't think it's like the biggest deal, but I think it would be just kind of more the novelty of the experience would be nice. Like I said, it's on my list of things to do one day. Eventually, I need to go like start working on the bucket list of things to do. Not that I'm dying anytime soon, but I've been so busy trying to get through life that haven't been a lot of time for myself to do things that I wanted to. So eventually, I'll get around to doing those things. Ah, it's Oberon again. Oh, there's. I guess I can help you guys out. Nobody saw them coming, that's for sure. Alright. This is also different from any of my predictions, and I'm at a loss for what to do about them, too. So if you guys are taking... It sounds like you know what to do about them, but have been choosing not to do it. Right, but because the method isn't possible for me? Long story short, Chloe's been possessed by a particular spirit. So although she's sleeping right now, it's like she's still half awake. If you get too close to her, the spirit's defensive, she'll attack. However, her mind is still basically closed. The only kind of person who could get close safely is one Chloe would never attack. That one's someone who fits her type. A girl in a cute swimsuit, of course. I think it's kind of cool that you can view prehistoric cave paintings here and drive a few kilometers to a state of the art modern building. That is kind of neat. Honestly. You know, it's funny that you mentioned caves, because, like, I remember as a kid, the closest thing we have to that is... I'm trying to think which small town it is. Is it San Marcos? I don't think it's Gonzales. I want to say it's San Marcos, but it may not be San Marcos. There is a town in Texas, and there's a building that's kind of like a museum, basically. And the entire purpose of this museum is to explore this entire, like, underground cave. And, like, see rock formations and stuff. It's actually really cool. It's pretty fairly safe, honestly. I don't think I've heard of any, like, real accidents happening there. But it's really cool. It is a neat place to go visit, honestly. State-of-the-art modern building. That sounds sick. It is actually kind of cool, honestly. And like I said, it's not really, like, dangerous or crazy or anything like that. Like, you can go in. The caves are pretty large. Get to see the stalagmites and stalactites and all that other stuff. You can take a few quartz rocks home with you from the gift shop. It's neat. It's a cool little experience. I don't even think the tour is that long either. I think the cave is just... I think they just use it as a tourist destination because it's, like, very accessible. Without being particularly dangerous. No one with half a soul would even think of sending Ilya to such a dangerous group all by herself. No, she's going to need protection. It'd be way too dangerous to just have Cor go with her, right? So, you need to go along too. It's the only way to save Chloe. So you're going to need to make some tweaks before you can get in, but I have a solution. What? What are we doing here? I'm scared. I feel like we're still haven't explored much of this map. We've done like a little bit here. We haven't touched any of this. We barely touched this. I feel like they just made this map too large. I feel like that's going to be like the boss area. I think the fact that you still to this day watch paintings from basically a person very similar to you, but several thousand years ago. Like, did they ever think about it if these cave paintings would survive? Honestly, you know, to put it like simply, I don't think they would have even had the concept of like 1,000, so to speak, right? Because like a lot of civilizations were limited by the numbers that they could actually visualize. So to them, like, there might be like this idea of it like maybe being like their kids or grandkids would see it, but I doubt they ever thought like, oh, this will survive for thousands and thousands of years. Also, like, proto-humanity, like, just learning about, like, civilizations that existed before, like, the modern-day interpretation of humanity is, like, really fascinating. Because, like, when you find out that there was, like, all these different, like, proto-humans, I can't think of a better word for them, but I'm going to call them proto-humans. Basically, like, species that have a lot of the similar characteristics that we have, but, like, pragmatically, only, like, one of those species would really become the modern-day humans that we know. It's actually kind of strange and weird. And there's a third party responsible for all... But there's a third party, it's only a matter of time before that's kind of faces the consequences. I'm pretty sure I can do this, but there's still no telling what might happen. Just how much of a circus is Chloe anyways? It's funny, like, I teach biology because I'm a science and math teacher, and it's actually like really cool, like having to teach students about like evolution, early stages of humanity, and honestly, like I even try to incorporate a little bit of like math history and like how like early cultures were like able to develop like like a lot of the concepts of modern math and science that we still use today. I get all excited about that stuff. My students probably not as much, but they humor me. All right. It's Saber time. All right. All right, so who's the big bad here? Oh, it's Giant Chloe. Big Chloe. Agree. It's also weird that we are considered a huge evolutionary suit. I certainly don't feel so about Blackbeard. Oh no. It's Kawaii Blackbeard. No. Praise be to my guts for keeping me around even after getting smushed. You're the Beast God Priest? Oh, man. It was so nice without him. Rather than I didn't want to draw attention to his absence. Oh, man. No, it's fun. I mean, ultimately, right? Like, we're at evolutionary success only in the only by the definition of our ability to multiply as a species. And that's how we've, like, ironically, that is how life on our planet defines success. Do you survive? And in that regard, we are incredibly successful. The only thing I get confused, or I guess I get curious about, is, you know, we had all these other, like, sort of proto-humans, like other species that were human-like, and they didn't make it. And so that kind of makes me wonder what it is about Sapiens that allowed us to kind of just be the last man standing. Because we do know that there is a little bit like other proto-human DNA, like Neanderthals. Like, I think mostly Europeans have like a small percentage of Neanderthal DNA usually. But it's like, I think it's like barely like 1%, 1 to 2%, I think. But like Neanderthals didn't actually survive. But we did breed with Neanderthals to create the modern day version of Sapiens. At least in like mostly European areas. Sorry, just had commercials. Yes, that's right. I forget I have the commercials still. Got to make my little bit of change as I can. All right. Wait. What did we talk about Luvia for? See, this is the whole problem with Brawn for Brain Goddesses like Luvia. Wait, Beast God Angels. Wait, what? What? Why is there multiple Ilias? What? How come there are a bunch of beasts dressed in black? And these Avengers are going to have no trouble against weak-ass archers and casters? Oh, man. A magical girl cell? Does that mean I didn't need to wear this swimsuit after all? Wait, why are you in a bunny outfit? Oh, man. You know what I'm kind of interested in? A little bit off topic, but tomorrow I go back to work for Games Club, and I have developed a board game. Or I should say the concept for a board game. I think I'm going to have the Games Club kids test it tomorrow. So I'm curious to see how that ends up working. Let me see, so... do that. What's it about? It's a pretty simple board game design. The working title right now, it's a really lame title, but it's like basically Dungeon Battlers is what I'm calling it. Again, not a very good title. I'm going to fix it in the future. But the basic concept is it's a 2 to 4 player game. And the objective is to eliminate your opponents. Basically, every player starts in a corner of the map, and in the middle, right now I have it designed as a 5x5 board, so 25 spaces. So, except for the 4 corner pieces, the rest of the tiles that represent rooms are put upside down. The players will go through kind of like the dungeon, basically, pick rooms that they want to select, and each room has a different effect. Ultimately, while playing the game, the card effects, the room effects will either hurt them, help them, add spell cards to hand. And the goal of the players is to collect spell cards and use those spell cards to defeat other players. So it's it's a very simple board game design. It's nothing super complicated, but I think it'll be very interesting once it's all done. But that's the basic premise of it. It's just like basically developing a board or playing through this like unknown and uncertainty like map, letting the events play out, and then trying to collect spell cards and use complex spell cards to defeat your opponents. And the thing that I'm kind of happy with is that I have designed currently 44-ish unique spell cards. So the deck's only right now like 44 cards, but every card does something different that allows the game. So basically somewhat of a PvP D&D light. Kind of, honestly, yeah. It's a very simple PvP D&D light. I think it's a good way of describing it. I'm not mad at that explanation. Because at that, it's not 30. I think what we do is we... something like this, maybe. Okay, perfect. Ow. Ow. Can y'all stop being a Chloe? Or Ilya? Okay, Blackbeard dies. Sounds cool. Since I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again back in the 2022, I also started getting more into board games as well. Nice. No, I think board games are very, very fun. And so I'm like really excited to see how it ultimately plays out. My goal is I'll see how it works out. I actually had a student and I play it and play tested today. My friend of mine bought the Heroes of Might and Magic board game. I don't think I've heard of that. I've never been like... So like, I actually like board games. And that's one of the reasons I've liked doing like games club for school. Is I've gotten exposed to more different types of board games. But for me, it's been just a learning experience. Wait, am I supposed to defeat all the other testaments? You were talking about the playtesting? Oh, yeah, sorry. So, with the playtesting, I had a student and I test it today. And I'll probably need to do some, like, minor balancing. But honestly, it was very effective in what it did. I wasn't sure if it would be very, very effective, but it ended up working out really, really nicely. Like, the game actually works fairly well. I think the only thing we're going to have to do is, like, change some of the numbers and, like, clarity on some of the cards. But other than that, like, the actual mechanics of the game work really well. I think, like, a player who's never played, or, like, the game itself will be simple enough that a player who is new to the game should be able to understand it fairly easy. But I think it's like I said, I gotta do some playtesting, and then eventually I'll see how it goes. And if I'm satisfied with it, I might try to figure out what I can do to actually, like, I don't know if completed's a good word, but like basically, I wonder if I could turn it into a physical copy of a game. Because that'd be really cool to have like a version of the game that people could like play and interact with. This is not going well. I mean, board games are being so popular again, so why not? Yeah, the only thing I think I personally like would see as being problematic for myself personally is what's a good way of putting it? I have never made I've never been in the like creation process before. I've never been particularly like artistic, so to speak. So I don't know like how it would ultimately play out. Or like, and I was as much as I would love to make like a physical copy of the game, I just don't know like how I'd go about doing that. I guess is really what I'm trying to get at. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be cool. I just don't know what to do from here. Because even if I have the concept of the game, even if I have all the pieces, mechanics, and everything else worked out, I don't know how I'd finish the rest of it. I know this sounds probably like a minor complaint, but it's just like I would love to see a completed project, so to speak. But I don't know how I would get to the completed project. Alright, we won. I thought that run was scuffed. But that's a very minor complaint. Honestly, you know, crazy as I thought about too, I honestly wouldn't even mind making a digital version of the game if I could find somebody who would be willing to code it, because I think the game design is simple enough to be coded fairly easily. It would maybe make like a nice little like cheap Steam game. Again, I don't know how I would make that work or whatnot, but it would be a very cool idea. Find somebody who's willing to code and like bring it to life, find an artist to do some of the artwork, and then find could you do it first on Tabletop Simulator? Maybe. I hadn't even thought about that, honestly. That's not a terrible idea. I'd have to play around and figure that out. Uh-oh. Oh, mushrooms. I know who this is. It's Locusta. What? Why do we have Locusta here? I mean... Why is she here? What the heck? That sound effect is wild. But no, I think that's a good idea. I'll have to like keep that in mind. Eventually I need to start answering phone calls. But I hate answering phone calls. She's the reason Chloe's grew so big. You know as well as anybody that eating mushrooms make you a giant? What? What? So you know how brightly mushrooms get... But unfortunately you've got it backwards. What? That's right, I'm using Lady Chloe as a seedbed at which to develop mushrooms that can make anyone giant. What? What? What is happening? What in the crack is this? Let's see, I got a call. Wonder why I'm getting a call. It's about my doctor's appointment. Are the doctors wanting to see me again? I feel like I'm forgetting something. No, I don't think that's it. I don't see any emails that look like they're concerning, so I should be fine. Okay, what is going on here? Now we have 2 Chloes. Let's do 2, 4, 6. She is taking no damage. Why are these no strong? Whoa! Why did that do so much damage? Okay, we need to kill one of them. I would like to not die. I would like to not die. Variation from Armenian to Excalibur? Boom! This is cool. I love the artwork for this skill. Oh man. I'll be happy when I'm done with this today. Because, I want to do a little bit more Horse Girl, gotcha today. I've also been, like, keeping a close eye on the, club, because club's doing actually fairly good in, Dude, why are y'all... God damn it. Wait, does it not matter? What is happening? Okay, that breaks. Still appropriating all Agnes tagging on his tag. Are they all gonna focus her now? Yeah, they are. Can you not? Oh my god. Oh, that's a sick NP. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that is cool. I love the, like... Like, how do I win this? Like, actually, how? Oh, man. Nah, I've been grinding a lot of, Uma Musume. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Oh my god, and it's still negating my skills. I just... Am I just losing here? Like, what is happening? I know I'm a little distracted, but I'm like trying to understand like what went wrong, other than the fact that like my character got blown up and I couldn't do nothing about it. Okay. Let me try this one more time, because that felt scuffed. That felt really scuffed. I don't know if I did something wrong. Honestly, I used the game as a gateway to the movie and anime, and it's been great. The movie was above Fate levels in terms of animation. Oh no, that's what's crazy about Uma Musume. Like season 1 and like kind of season 2 were a little lackluster on the animation side, just because it was like their first work. But everything since like season 3 and the movies that they produced are phenomenal. And like honestly, season 1 and 2 have great stories. Like my criticism has nothing to do with like how the game is designed or anything like that, or like how the story was written, but just the animation was a little bit like lukewarm early on. Okay, we're at 60%. Ow. Ow. So, I need to... So, I need to ult. She should probably be last. So, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. See if this works. Man, the Rice Shower arc in Season 2? No! That is why Rice Shower is like my favorite. That story that they did for Rice Shower just hit right in the feels. And after that, I was like, alright, we believe in the Rice Shower. I will make that horse happy. Some way, somehow. So ironically, when they gave us the free horse ticket, I just bought Rice Shower immediately. No questions asked. I just give me Quetz levels. Valid, valid. Did that work? Okay. So that does that. Okay. Does this matter? I also studied basically all the IRL history of the horses. Dude, the history of horse racing is crazy. Like, it's actually insane. Can you not do that? Oh my god, that's right. Okay, what are we doing here? Honestly, that's probably the best play here by a mile. Okay, okay. You just don't kill. Just don't kill her. Don't kill her. Just chill. Just chill. Okay, that's fine. One, 2, 3. Like, some of those horses have crazy backstories. Goldship is, like, obviously one of the more, like, iconic horses that are just absolutely insane. Who else is, like, really interesting? Agnes Tachyon actually has a really interesting background story. Rice Showers is very sad. Harurara is pretty, interesting. Now, I know I'm going like over a lot of the more like basic ones, but it's still like fun and interesting to me. I'll have to like look into more of them because I've just barely kind of begun like looking into the history. But it has been interesting from what I've learned so far. Come on. Wait, another HP bar? What is this fight? What? Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, what? I was about to, like, honestly crash out. Holy Lord. I like that Agnes basically only ran 4 races, all of them, versus later on Go to Horses. She dominated all of them, not even close. I'm assuming you're talking about Tachyon in particular, right? Because there are multiple Agneses. Because there is technically Agnes Tachyon and Agnes Digital. I'm assuming we're talking about Tachyon here. Just make sure I'm not losing my mind. Wait, what? Wait, what? Man, what? Where I never learned right from wrong is all? Or not, I will see that she is punished. I will ask her if she turned into a pig for a while so she can think about what she has done. Okay, thank you, Umu. I think what's crazy about Tachyon is, like, the dude had, or the horse had, like, 4,000 children. That's actually insane. And, like, a lot of his children were incredibly successful. I didn't realize what you were going through and all that I had come sucking off. I know this is probably too little too late, but look what you made. It's a 292-page doujin complete with an A5 color cover. Oh. That's like... Tachyon had like 20... Don't know exact... Ask why I know the... I thought he had more than that. I thought I saw 4,000. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Twin Turbo is also very cool. Basically, a horse going all out because it has no stamina control. Hey, I think that's perfect, though. A horse that's just so ignorant of its stamina that it just goes super fast because it has no stamina control is a beautiful horse to be called Twin Turbo. There we go. We have saved Chloe. We save her? Is it done? Also, the Teo Turbo story in Season 2 was nice. It was very nice. Again, Turbo is just a very amusing character. My friend has been watching... Shadow's been watching the Aguri Cap season, and I need to get around to watching that one. Because him and Budget have said it's very, very good. I need to get around to the Aguri Cap anime season. Which with all these typos, have I been telling you to proofread at least 3 times? Instead of promised earring, you put promised hearing. Are you trying to ruin all our hard work? I'm sure I would have caught a student. Oh no. I can't believe I let these slip into my... Oh my god, I've already ordered 100 copies for the finale. Here's a random fact for you. The more pages the book has, the longer it takes to print. That's why you need to bring it to a printer as soon as you finish it, like Ilya did if you want to have it be ready for the final day. And this is the result. 100 copies of a 292-page book that now need to be reprinted. A death sentence would have been kinder. Aguri no cap for real, for real. What was that? Did you just say you already took this to the printer? I don't have time to be hanging around here. Oh, man. If we're insanely lucky, there's still a chance they haven't started printing yet. At the very least, we have to avoid a total recall or our rooms will be stacked with heavy cardboard boxes for ages. You're finally back. Oh, I'm so happy. What happened while I was sleeping? Well, I'm not sure I could bring myself to say it. I will. It's going to hurt, but you need to hear this. Chloe, while you were sleeping... Miyu being blunt. This is so embarrassing. I'm glad you finished the book, but if I never edit another, it'll still be too soon. That's hilarious. Alright. Honestly, I've been enjoying like all the stories. Honestly, Gold Ship's campaign in the game is actually very fun. If like crazy chaotic, but I think that's what makes it more enjoyable, the fact that it is so chaotic. And you're just kind of along for the ride. Alright. Tomorrow's day 6, and we should have plenty of times to rest. I think, well, they should be back. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any more problems for a while, so why don't we focus on the mission again? Let's not forget Oberon all dressed in black. He's definitely got something to do with all this. Alright. I don't have to think we're basically partners now, aren't we? She won't listen to anyone once she makes her mind. Always been shit with her. I mean, they wonder what could have been if Gold Ship wasn't such a giant trawler and actually took that very seriously. RIP. Huh? I'm so sorry about all the trouble I caused for you. But what happened wasn't your fault. It really came down to a certain mushroom's warped ambitions. You were a really cute piece, Chloe. There's something else I wanted to talk to you about. I was thinking the whole time I was in the calamity of editing, right? Well, during that time, I dreamed of something I thought you should know about. Well, it's hard to put it into words. Now, it felt more like it didn't know how to express itself in our words. It was trying as hard as it could to tell us something. It was crying the whole time, too, like it had already given up. I know after it said this after I destroyed this city, but I couldn't tell it wasn't acting from an evil place. It felt like it was just reaching its hand out, maybe searching for something. So this one was reaching its hand, and that would definitely result in something like a natural disaster. You can't use fire in Magecraft, right, Chloe? I can't. Why do you ask? That even without a calamity, there's still ultimately going to be a fire in the city. But no, Gold Ship, I think they've just said if Gold Ship's personality wasn't so insane, like, Gold Ship would have easily have been, like truly a top racehorse of all time. Like, truly, like, one of a kind, no comparison. What does that say? Honestly, I'm thinking a little bit carefully. Trains of your response, want to get some sleep? Alright. Appreciate you stopping by, saying hi and all that. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You enjoy your trip tomorrow, and I will talk to you next time you stop by. I think that should work. I don't think I need anything more than this, because Melusine is kind of cracked. Caster, Pretender... This should work. Yeah, this should work. This is honestly good. I'm going to finish up a couple more quests, and I'm probably going to call it early today, just so I can rest. I can do more tomorrow. But I probably shouldn't, like, tire myself out too much. Oh my god, I'm stupid. How is this lightning flying? This actually might be fine. There we go. Let's see how much MP gain I get back from this.
すぐに帰るよ。グッドハンティングフェアリー。君たちこの名
I
は
don't think she gets a full AP refund though.
水の乙女。
Honestly, she doesn't matter because yeah, 78%. Yeah, this doesn't matter because then I just hit that button, then I hit the other button, and we're done.
要請接続。イラクコーチ仰せのままに。フライトラインクリア。レディーラウンチゴー。オンディーヌ出る。ASM 発射。タレットフルオープン。道を描け。フライトアルビオン。
Alright, now we hit this button, and we blow.
お願い。
Toshizo is not surviving this.
見えた。フェアリーコントロール。すぐに帰るよ。グッドハンティングフェアリー。君たちのこの名は右。ラッキー。
Oh.
乙女。商談はロンライト。
俺は
Yeah, 1.3 mil is crazy.
皆さんのおかげです。海の日というと、惰性で達成感が失われない小さなことからコツコツと。
We can do this.
第2、第3フォーグ展開。
This, this.
行きます。いいよ。会場で戦いましょう。熱を帯びなさい。要請
She's happy.
キャリー
Blow
さ
up
が
the board. Destroy it. Destroy my enemies.
フェアリーコントロール。すぐに帰るよ。グッドハンティングフェアリー。君たちの
Good hunting, Ellie.
水の乙女。商談はロンライト。
Doo-doo.
早炊きです。カルウェナ。イラもちろん仰せのままに。見えた。フェアリーコントロール。すぐに帰るよ。グッドハンティングフェアリー。君たちのこの名は右。ラッキー。水の乙女。商談はロンライト。キャビやった。
Now blow it up. Blow it up.
見えた。フェアリーコントロール。すぐに帰るよ。グッドハンティングフェアリー。君たちのこの名は右。ラッキー。
Oh.
乙女。商談はロンライト。当然とはいえ嬉しいものですね。皆さんのおかげです。
All right. Dun, 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 dun. I think for now we're gonna stop here.
インフォメーション
I'm
見た？
kind of getting a little bit exhausted,
アイテム交換ショップにようこそ。
which I know is a little sad, but I have
お
to.
買い上げ。
I do have to like give myself a break. I've been grinding pretty hard this week, so that's it for anyone still watching. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to end it here, and I plan on doing a little bit more over the weekend, so hopefully I'll see y'all next time.